Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mike, the Bow Tie Writer, and this is my second quick and dirty video. Each video goes over one major element that makes up a story, and collectively, working through the whole series of videos, if you have 2 hours and one sheet of paper, you should be able to have enough prep done that you should be ready to start your book. Today, we're going to talk characters. When it comes to making characters, while they are a very important piece of a novel, oftentimes people overthink their characters and spend a ton of time doing a lot of pieces of prep that they don't really need, including really long questionnaires. Today, with the Quick and Dirty Guide, for each major point of view character, you're going to write down 3 things. First up, an important thing, but one of the easiest things to overthink is that you need a name. Write down that character's name. If you've got the name in your head already, great. If you don't know the name, I've got several resources down below with multiple lists of names, excellent websites that you can look and just simply browse and peruse their names and pick one that seems cool. Don't overthink this. The second thing that you want to write down is you want to write down the character's drive. Now, their drive is just a simple phrase or sentence that tells me the primary motivation that the character has. For example, they will close this case. I will avenge my father. Basically, it's a phrase or sentence that tells me what's most important to that character, what they value. You want to try to be specific. A simple generic phrase like, I want to survive, doesn't tell me anything specific about that character because for the most part, people want to survive. If you tell me something more specific like, I want to get off this desert island and back to my dog, that gives me a clear and unique drive for that character. Okay, the third bullet point that you're going to write is you're going to write a trait. A trait tells us about what makes that character unique and a little bit about what makes them tick. Maybe it's something about their values. Maybe it's a value like I will help those who are in need. Maybe it's something about that character's background or profession. Maybe they're a world-leading paleontologist. Maybe it's their relationships or obligations, like my programming is to protect this kid at any cost. The best traits are brief, specific, and double-sided. Sample traits are listed below, so if you're starting to get a little paralyzed or you're not sure what makes a good trait, take a look, skim the lists, or just simply grab some. The reason that traits are useful, though, is that as you're going through the rest of this process and looking at the different pieces and figuring out how conflict can arise and trying to decide what your characters will do, you can always refer back to their drive and to maybe their traits to see how they would react in that situation or where some conflicts can come from. So they're just always sort of a compass to orient you about what's important about and to that character. And that's it. That's all there is. There's these 3 bullet points. Notably, there is not a detailed description of your character. Honestly, unless something about your character's description is telling me something interesting, I don't care. We usually have a general picture of what our character looks like, and that's good enough. So for each major point of view character, you want to step through and go ahead and write out these bullet points. If you're doing 1 or 2 characters, it takes about 20 minutes. You don't need to do this for every character in your story, just the really, really important point of view ones. That's it. That's all there is for Quick and Dirty Characters. If you have any questions, ask below down in the comments. Otherwise, we'll be hitting up our next major element of books tomorrow. Catch you guys then.